we're going to be looking at negative powers as part of a few videos on the laws of indices. So to start off with, I've just got some powers of 7 that we're going to have a look at to get your head around what a negative power actually means. So if we start off with 7 to the power 3, I'm assuming we start from the point where you are happy, very happy in fact, with the fact that 7 to the power 3 is 7 times 7 times 7. And 7 to the power 2 is 7 times 7, and 7 to the power 1 is 7. So what's happening each time is we've got one less 7 that we're multiplying by. Another way of looking at that is I've divided by 7 and then divided by 7 again, and that's going to continue down. So the first thing we've got to get our head around is what something to the power 0 means. So I'm going to take my 7 here and I'm going to divide it by 7, and if I do that, 7 divided by 7 will give me 1. So anything to the power 0 is 1. And that's worth remembering. Quite a common GCSE question that comes up for 1 mark. If we continue the pattern though, and we divide by 7 again, we're now doing 1 divided by 7. Now rather than writing that as a decimal, we're going to write it as a fraction. So you've got 1 over 7. Or, you never normally write it, but I'm going to write it as 1 over 7 to the power 1, because we know that 7 is 7 to the power 1. If I do the process again and divide by 7 again, I'll end it with 1 over 7 times 7. And that's the same as 1 over 7 squared. And if you have a look at the pattern here, we've got 7 to the minus 1 has ended up as 1 over 7 to the power 1, and 7 to the minus 2 has ended up as 1 over 7 to the power 2. So what that means is that if you've got a negative power, so I'm just going to call it n to the minus m, for example, then that can be rewritten as 1 over the same number but to the positive power. So a few examples might be 3 to the minus 5 is the same as 1 over 3 to the power 5, or x to the minus 3 is the same as 1 over x cubed. And if any of you are familiar with the term reciprocal, if we've got something like 8 to the minus 1, that's the same as 1 over 8. So negative power means we're getting a reciprocal. Hopefully that gives you an insight into some negative powers. The following videos will look at how to multiply and divide with powers, and this will come into simplifying our answer. Hope that was useful, and I'll see you in the next video.